They, them pronouns are not that hard to get. You realize you say them when you gossip all the time. And almost all people gossip. You know, so-and-so came into the office today. You don't want to reveal too much, and you're being gossipy, and you're like, I had this client today, and they were so terrible. They just yelled at me. You know how to conjugate it. You know how to use it in a sentence. You know how to follow a story that someone else is telling about a they, using context clues, and everyone knows who they're talking about. I bring this up to say that it's a matter of respect. If you find that you just can't use they for one person, what you really mean is you just can't use they for trans people. And we have a word for that: discrimination. And I know you'd rather not think of yourself as somebody who discriminates, someone who's prone to bigotry, but you may be. We're asking for your respect and for you to see us as full human beings and treat us with dignity. And it seems like using they for anonymous people that you're gossiping about, just making the step to using that for trans people is not that hard of an ask. Tell me what you think.
Personally, I think you're a fucking idiot.
Now, I said this in a video a few days ago when I played a different clip of Jeffrey, but if people like him are calling you a bigot, maybe it's time to start wearing that label like a badge of honor. Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So I have a fairly quick and very crazy Clown World update for you guys today, and as usual, we have no time to waste, so let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment. Now, I don't know who this fella is or what he identifies as, but just going off of this picture here, this looks more like a fetish than anything else, right? Am I right?
You're fucking weird.
Now, regardless of what you think about President Trump or how he's doing so far this term, the fact is Joe Biden will go down in history as one of the worst presidents this country has ever had. So we're going to keep it moving with this fellow who says he misses Joe Biden. Roll it.
President Biden, I miss you, man. I'm telling you, I miss you. Sleepy Joe, I miss you, buddy. I just miss your boring ass when you just went in there and did your job. Nothing crazy was going on. The stock market wasn't crashing, and allies didn't hate us, and all the crazy shit that's happened. I just wanted to tell you, Mr. Biden, I miss you. I really, really do, and I know millions of us really do too. God bless you, sir. I hope you have a good day. Sleepy Joe, we miss you, buddy.
No offense, but you are a stupid asshole.
Next up, we have this slightly hostile fellow who runs around in the same circles as Harry Sisson and his boyfriend Chris. Now, these people talk a big game when they're speaking into the cameras on their phones, but when confronted in person, they melt like snowflakes and their arguments completely fall apart. Roll it.
Trump won. If you don't like it, leave. Hey, how about get f***ed? How's that sound? I pay my taxes and I live here legally. My First Amendment rights say I can say Donald Trump licks donkey taint and there isn't a fucking thing you can do about it. So to use a phrase that you conservative losers are so goddamn fond of, cry harder. If it bothers you that I call Donald Trump a sexist, that I call him a bigot, that I call him a danger to the nation, that I call him a narcissistic, felonious, insurrection-inciting, racist piece of shit, maybe you shouldn't support him because all that shit is backed up by fact. And to use another phrase you're fucking fond of, facts don't care about your feelings. And another thing for you cowardly fucking conservatives, the very last thing I'm going to do is leave the country and leave the thousands of Americans who are incapable of leaving the country, whether for financial or familial or some other reason, leave them to fight this fascistic bullshit alone. I get that it's the conservative move to just pull the ladder up as soon as you're done using it, but it isn't mine. So get fucked.
Who the f*** do you think you are, you crazy little shit?
Next up, we have singer-songwriter Moby talking about how President Trump is bankrupting the United States. Trump only got into politics, what, a decade ago, and we're already trillions of dollars in debt. The fleecing of America started long before Trump ever thought about running for office. Roll it.
So, for the people who voted for Trump or have supported Trump, can you finally just admit you were wrong? Trump has spent his entire life bankrupting businesses, and now, surprise, surprise, he's bankrupting the United States. So look, we can move on, but if you supported Trump or voted for him, just please, finally, now, just admit you were wrong.
Go yourself.
All right, next up we have this young lady who has a question for Trump supporters. Now, she's one of these liberals that want to justify everyone in the third world pouring into our country. Roll it.
Hey Trump supporters, I have a question for you. If you happened to be born in a different country that was quite impoverished, and your family was very poor and unable to afford the means to move to a different country legally, what would you do in that scenario?
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question.
All right, next up we have this lovely lady who says if she were ever married and her husband asked her what's for dinner, instant divorce. I'm guessing she's single and probably will remain that way. Roll it.
Let me just go ahead and get this out there right now. If a man ever looks at me and says, hey babe, what's for dinner? And means it, assumes I'm in charge of dinner. What's for dinner? Divorce. That's what's for dinner.
Woman, get back in here and make me a sandwich.
Now, I can't tell if this next clip is a parody skit or if it's real. I honestly don't know. Roll it.
My name's Corey, and I'm a Republican dating a trans woman. The current Republican views on trans people is not great. What they're trying to put into law is, I think they've just changed, the LGBTQ plus community, that's now just, I think, LGB now. They're pretty much trying to eradicate trans people, which is baffling to me. And
dating a Republican man has made me feel angry and upset and confused. Yeah, it's been really hard. Our current president has sent me in a literal spiral. I have been in intense therapy. I don't feel safe in this country right now.
I hate that she feels scared to be who she is. Nobody should feel that way at all. We say that we stand for freedom in this country. How can we say that when we're oppressing people?
It just seems kind of gay, doesn't it?
I don't know, maybe, yeah.
Hey guys, real quick, before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsors of today's video. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to let this loop on the screen. How did she get her hind parts around to the front? Anyway, today's video is being brought to us by our first sponsor is Picho and Lala Picho. Love the nickname, guys, and thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. I really appreciate the kind words and support. And our second sponsor for today's video is the Etsy store Red Clover Fields. Now, many of you know that is my wife's Etsy store, and she's got some fantastic stuff on her website, stuff I use every day, and I swear by it. So if you're looking to take control of your health and maybe get away from some big pharma products, definitely go peruse her store. I will put a link to that in the description box below. And I want to give a big shout out to today's honorable mention, Michelle's in Wonderland, for leaving a super thanks on the last video. So Michelle, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So once again, today's video sponsors are Picho and Lala Picho and the Etsy store Red Clover Fields, with the honorable mention going to Michelle's in Wonderland. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. All right, I think we've all seen enough of this young lady for one day. Get this off the screen, please. Oof.
And as you can see, the ass is on the front.
Front butt.
So this next clip leaves me somewhat baffled. This fella, who is in fantastic shape and obviously works out, probably on some kind of testosterone supplement, walks around and dresses in high heels. How the hell does that happen? Roll it.
So, I thought this would make a better video. I was just going to take a picture. But, I then couldn't decide whether I was going to take two pictures, or I probably still going to take pictures anyway. But I was just going to take a picture of this dress. I am fascinated with racerbacks now. Halters are cool as well, but racerbacks are also cool. And so then I couldn't decide photograph barefoot or with these shoes that I just got. So I knew that I could make all of that happen in a single video. So these are, I can't believe it, I'm saying this, loafer style heels, but it's got an enormous, at least a 5-inch heel. And these have to be the most comfortable, high heel shoes that I have purchased thus far. I mean, I can't tell you, how many pairs, like this, dozens. But of all of them, my foot just slips right into this. It is amazing, and it stays on when you're walking around. So cool. So anyway, I just wanted to show off this awesome dress, which I finally wore out in public, and then model it, I guess, with with these new shoes I got. So there you go.
Stop being a girly man and work out.
And next up, we have a great example as to why DEI or affirmative action in college admissions is a terrible idea. We're going to see some college students here on the game show Wheel of Fortune. Roll it.
L.
Yeah, 4 L's. Pick that up, turn it over. Lay it down right over that London trip down there. 650.
Y.
Uh-huh, there's a Y. 500.
G.
1 G. 700.
C.
Yeah, there are 2 C's. Wow. Okay.
I solved.
Oh, that'd be a good idea, yeah.
Mythological hero Achilles.
We can't accept that.
Okay.
Shelby.
I'll solve.
Yeah.
Mythological hero Achilles.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, boy. Well, when it comes to names, I think we have to just go with the name, and even though the letters are up there, because you have...
You must have got manure for your brains.
You've shit for brains.
All right, next up we have this clip of DEI Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett advocating for illegal immigrants to pick cotton because she doesn't want to. Roll it.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
You are so stupid. You don't know anything.
All right, guys, we're going to be wrapping it up with this clip from MSNBC of this Princeton professor talking to Nicole Wallace. Now, originally I was going to cut this clip short because it's about 2 minutes long, but I decided to play the whole thing so you guys can hear just how much these people despise anyone that voted for Donald Trump. Anyway, things are clearly getting very crazy out there, guys, so please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time, love you guys. Peace. Roll it.
I don't know what it's going to take for the American people, for 78 million Americans, to deal with what motivated them to make the choice to elect this man again, to make the choice that will allow these people to undermine every fundamental assumption we have, that you can just be disappeared, and then they can argue that, a court is getting in the way of their ability to exercise, foreign policy in some ways, right? I don't know what it's going to take for 78 million Americans to deal with what motivated them to make this choice. And the choice that they've made, we have to just be honest, is to literally throw the Republican to the trash bin. And this is just one example. The tariffs is another, right? They made the choice. Now, what was behind it? We have to grapple with it, because it's the snake, it's the beast coiled up in the heart, the bosom of the country, as Frederick Douglass said. And the fact that they are doubling down on this shows you what kind of human beings they actually are.
Say more.
We chose a felon who is more interested in loyalty, who's more interested in retribution, who's more interested in grift than in democracy. And we chose a felon because we didn't want to elect a black woman. So to read that, to actually explicate that, is to say we would rather destroy the republic than for that to have happened. And until we grapple with it, there's no amount of protesting I could do. There's no amount of resistance that could come into play to actually force 78 million people to grapple with what motivated them to put themselves in this position.
What did you say? What the did you just say?
And we chose a felon because we didn't want to elect a black woman.
Well, I guess I'm racist.
2, 10, 12, 15. Oops, stepping on a. It's black. Anyway.